Fabio, you've been doing research and development for a couple of years, and I'd say that you are the mind behind the new Zygos. Uh, Even though right now you are in other project, we do believe that most of the initial part of this project was because you are in charge of it. You gather the best people that we have concerning this kind of technique, and you have listened to many different advice from different surgeons. What are your decision process about to select the best idea to put in practice and develop these new zygomas? Because we've been listening that it's a real success both in Brazil and US. All the surgeons are trying to get this new system. uh, what was your thought process about to listen the best advice to put in practice this kind of project?
Oh, it's a great question, Fernando. Actually, I really think it's all about people. I really think that the first thing that we must have in mind is the patients. What would be the best experience? What is more predictable for the patients? What the science behind the design? And we try to be as much as predictable as we can and as much innovative as we can. So when we decided to put this team together, and I'd like to say that SIN is probably one of the most important part of my entire life. I've been with the company for more than 20 years, developing new products, including the EpiCut, the Unitite, the SW. And when we put together very experienced people such as Reg, Chris, Fernando, and Rodrigo, and lots of people that have collaborated on it, it's much about to hear about different perceptions, different realities. I can remember when we start talking about the pterygoid implants that Raj and Chris use a lot in the United States. That's not very common here in Brazil, and it's becoming commoner and commoner. So we had to open our eyes and say, okay, probably there's another way to do a good rehabilitation using that. There's lots of different techniques to use the zygos. There are different drills and protocols and everything. Sometimes it's a mess. You have to stop everything and put your ego aside and say, okay, let's try to be as fair as possible. And I had the privilege to have the R&D team at SIN with Bruna, all the engineering team. There were people working together, because developing a new product is always a real challenge for the clinical aspect, but also a challenge from the engineering team, for the marketing team, for the sales team, because by the end of the day, you have the patient as your battlefield. So there's no margin for error. So we try to be as precise as possible. But for me, the right persons is the right way to start. And I have to say that Fernando, that's our host today, is a guy that I have a privilege to work together, because he's very straight with his ideas, very focused, very experienced. So it's nice to have different opinions to open your mind to think in an innovative way. So I really like to do that. Yeah, I think that's the most interesting part of it.
Very